Hey, 49ers faithful. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. Rumors have been swirling around the San Francisco 49ers, and the latest bombshell comes straight from Nick BOSA, one of the team's most formidable defensive assets. Sources close to the locker room say that BOSA, who has been a cornerstone of the 49ers' defensive strategy, has made it clear that he will no longer play alongside Christian McCaffrey, the dynamic running back acquired to transform the team's offensive playbook. While the details of the disagreement remain shrouded in secrecy, insiders suggest that personality clashes, differing visions for the team, and perhaps even contract-related tensions have created a rift that threatens to destabilize the locker room. Fans are already taking sides on social media, debating whether this is a temporary conflict that can be resolved or the beginning of a deeper schism that could impact the team's chances in the coming season. Analysts point out that BOSA's influence both on and off the field makes this declaration particularly alarming, as losing his cooperation could significantly weaken the 49ers' defensive unit, creating a ripple effect that might compromise the balance between offense and defense. The team management now faces intense scrutiny, with questions about how they will handle this internal crisis. According to multiple insiders, the tension between BOSA and McCaffrey has been brewing quietly over several months, although it only recently came to public attention. The sources indicate that the two stars have fundamentally different approaches to leadership and teamwork, with BOSA favoring a more disciplined, defense-first mentality, while McCaffrey emphasizes offensive creativity and adaptability. This clash of philosophies may seem minor to casual observers, but in a team that prides itself on synergy and cohesion, it has ignited a powder keg of uncertainty. Coaches are reportedly scrambling to mediate, trying to find a compromise that keeps both players engaged while maintaining locker room harmony. Meanwhile, sports pundits are speculating that this public declaration could influence future trades, contract negotiations, and even the coaching staff's decision-making process. Fans, of course, are equally divided, with some expressing empathy for BOSA's stance, viewing him as a protector of the team's defensive identity, while others criticize his unwillingness to embrace a more flexible, offense-oriented strategy alongside McCaffrey. The media frenzy is only intensifying, with headlines and social media posts amplifying every rumor, exaggerating the drama, and keeping the entire football world on edge as they await official statements. The San Francisco 49ers management is reportedly in crisis mode, holding emergency meetings to assess the situation and strategize next steps. Executives are concerned that this conflict could impact ticket sales, merchandise, and the overall public perception of the team if left unresolved. Sources suggest that management is exploring multiple solutions, from mediated team-building sessions to potential trades or adjustments in playtime allocation, in an effort to satisfy both BOSA and McCaffrey while maintaining competitive performance on the field. Analysts warn that mishandling the situation could have long-term repercussions, potentially driving a wedge between other teammates who may feel forced to take sides, undermining morale, and creating tension in practices and games. The internal dynamics of the 49ers, once considered a model of unity and strategic brilliance, now face unprecedented scrutiny, with every move of both stars being closely watched. Fans and commentators alike are dissecting past games and plays, searching for evidence of friction, overanalyzing interactions, and crafting narratives that might explain how a team so promising could suddenly find itself embroiled in such high-profile discord. Social media has become a battleground for opinions, with hashtags, memes, and heated debates making it clear that public interest in this situation is at a fever pitch, further complicating efforts for quiet resolution behind closed doors. Insiders hint that the roots of this conflict may extend beyond the field, touching on personal dynamics, media exposure, and leadership roles within the locker room. BOSA, known for his intense focus and commitment to defensive excellence, may feel that McCaffrey's presence, while undeniably talented, disrupts the team chemistry he has fought to cultivate over years. Conversely, McCaffrey's camp reportedly believes that his role as a high-impact offensive weapon warrants a level of recognition and influence that BOSA might be unwilling to concede. This tug-of-war over influence, prestige, and leadership has created an environment rife with tension, where every play, pass, and tackle is scrutinized not just for athletic merit, but also for its implications in this unfolding saga. Rumors are suggesting that team meetings have become tense, with subtle but palpable friction between groups of players aligning with either BOSA or McCaffrey. Sports psychologists emphasize that unresolved interpersonal conflicts of this magnitude can manifest in decreased performance, increased injuries, and even public scandals if not addressed carefully. Meanwhile, fans continue to speculate endlessly, drawing parallels to historical locker room conflicts, debating whether the 49ers can survive this internal storm without drastic changes, or whether it could ultimately redefine the trajectory of their season in ways no one anticipated, adding another layer of drama to the ever-intense NFL narrative. Veteran commentators argue that such high-profile disagreements are not uncommon in professional sports, but the public nature of BOSA's statement raises unique challenges for the 49ers. Unlike private disagreements resolved behind closed doors, this situation has been magnified by social media, news outlets, and fan forums, creating pressure on both players to justify their positions publicly. Every post, comment, and interview now carries weight, potentially influencing team strategy, trade rumors, and even sponsorship deals. Analysts note that the 49ers front office must now navigate a complex landscape where public perception, team morale, and competitive performance intersect, demanding delicate diplomacy. Coaches reportedly are reviewing historical examples of team conflict resolution, considering adjustments to rotations, practice schedules, and media engagement to mitigate the fallout. Meanwhile, insiders reveal that locker room conversations are increasingly cautious as teammates weigh whether to voice opinions or remain neutral, knowing that any alignment with either BOSA or McCaffrey could have career implications. The tension has sparked speculation about potential ripple effects across the league, with rival teams watching closely for signs of weakness they could exploit. Sports media personalities are seizing the opportunity to analyze every nuance, heightening the drama and turning what might have been an internal team dispute into a national talking point, capturing attention far beyond San Francisco's fan base and transforming a potential internal challenge into a spectacle of public intrigue and speculation. The narrative surrounding this conflict continues to evolve daily, with new reports, insider comments, and fan reactions contributing to a sense of ongoing uncertainty. Every practice, press conference, and game is now viewed through the lens of this BOSA-McCaffrey dynamic, amplifying tensions and fueling speculation. Analysts debate whether BOSA's declaration signifies a long-term commitment to avoiding collaboration with McCaffrey, or whether it represents a negotiating tactic designed to influence playing time, contracts, or team strategy. Fans' reactions are equally complex, with some expressing admiration for BOSA's principled stance, while others criticize the potential disruption to the team's cohesion. Social media trends highlight the polarized opinions, as hashtags related to the conflict dominate discussions, and fan theories proliferate unchecked. Management is reportedly considering strategic communications to manage public perception, weighing statements, interviews, and social media engagement in an effort to frame the narrative constructively. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, analyzing the potential impact on the 49ers' performance and playoff prospects. The ongoing saga between Nick BOSA and Christian McCaffrey has transformed from a locker room tension into a fully fledged storyline, capturing national attention, with implications that extend far beyond the immediate players involved, raising questions about leadership, team culture, and the fragile balance of personalities within elite professional sports organizations. The ongoing saga between Nick BOSA and Christian McCaffrey has escalated to a point where even casual observers of the NFL are now closely watching every statement, play, and interaction involving the 49ers. Sources within the organization suggest that internal discussions are intense, with coaches attempting to navigate a landscape fraught with competing priorities. BOSA, whose defensive presence has been pivotal to the 49ers' success, reportedly feels that McCaffrey's offensive dominance and media attention overshadow the team's defensive identity, creating tension that is difficult to ignore. On the other side, McCaffrey is seen as a transformative player whose versatility and skill set demand adjustments in strategy and play calling, which some believe disrupts established systems. The clash of star power and personality has fueled speculation that the team could consider unconventional solutions, ranging from temporary lineup adjustments to more permanent trade considerations. Fans are responding in real time on social media, analyzing subtle interactions during games and practices, interpreting them as evidence of ongoing discord. The media frenzy surrounding the 49ers now resembles a reality show, with each rumor amplified and dissected, keeping public attention fixed on every potential development. Analysts warn that the longer the situation remains unresolved, the greater the risk of destabilizing not just the locker room, but also the team's competitive standing in the league. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Insiders indicate that one of the most pressing concerns for the 49ers management is the potential influence this conflict could have on other players' morale and commitment. When two high-profile stars publicly clash, it often sets a precedent, subtly encouraging other players to voice their own grievances or take sides, creating a ripple effect throughout the roster. Coaches are reportedly implementing closed-door discussions and mediated sessions in an attempt to maintain focus on team goals. But sources describe these meetings as tense, with the atmosphere in the locker room described as uneasy. Beyond on-field performance, executives are keenly aware of the financial and reputational stakes, as public perception of internal discord can affect everything from ticket sales to sponsorship deals and fan loyalty. Analysts are speculating that the situation could even influence draft strategies and future acquisitions, with management potentially seeking players whose temperament and team-first mentality are less likely to exacerbate internal tensions. Media coverage continues to highlight every nuance, from BOSA's body language during interviews to McCaffrey's social media activity, further complicating efforts to manage the situation quietly. As the speculation intensifies, observers across the league are watching closely, waiting to see whether the 49ers can reconcile the conflict or whether it will force a more dramatic reshaping of the team's roster and strategic approach before the next season fully unfolds. Some reports suggest that this conflict might extend beyond personality clashes and touch upon broader philosophical disagreements about the team's direction. BOSA's camp is believed to advocate for a defense-first approach, emphasizing discipline, consistency, and long-term team structure, while McCaffrey's influence pushes toward a more dynamic, offense-driven strategy designed to capitalize on his unique talents. The tension between these approaches is now reportedly affecting everything from practice drills to game-time decisions, with coaching staff caught in a delicate balancing act to satisfy both stars without alienating other players. Fans and pundits are dissecting past games for evidence of misalignment or subtle disagreements on the field, interpreting every play through the lens of this emerging narrative. Social media has become a virtual war zone, with hashtags trending almost hourly as supporters of BOSA and McCaffrey debate who is right and what the team's priorities should be. While management publicly maintains that the 49ers are unified, insiders hint at a more complex reality, with behind-the-scenes negotiations ongoing and contingency plans being discussed in anticipation of possible trade scenarios or strategic compromises. The unfolding drama has added a layer of intrigue and tension to the 49ers season, transforming what might have been routine team dynamics into a story of rivalry, power, and the fragile nature of collaboration in high-stakes professional sports. Speculation now extends to the broader implications for the NFL as a whole, with rival teams reportedly monitoring the situation closely to assess any competitive advantages. The potential destabilization of a team with playoff aspirations creates opportunities for opponents to exploit perceived weaknesses, while media narratives fuel pressure on both BOSA and McCaffrey to publicly navigate the conflict without damaging their reputations or marketability. Analysts note that in situations like this, even minor interactions, who leads warm-ups, who gets key offensive or defensive snaps, can become magnified into headline-grabbing events. The 49ers front office is reportedly weighing multiple strategies, from incentivized contracts to shifts in leadership roles, attempting to reconcile the differing visions of their star players while maintaining competitive integrity. Fans continue to speculate about potential trade possibilities, imagining blockbuster scenarios in which either BOSA or McCaffrey is moved, fundamentally altering the trajectory of the team. Meanwhile, pundits highlight the human element of professional sports, emphasizing that even elite athletes face complex interpersonal dynamics that can rival any strategic challenge on the field. The saga has transformed from an internal locker room tension into a story of national attention, demonstrating how personal dynamics, public perception, and competitive stakes intertwine in the high-pressure world of professional football. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.